Hello everyone, welcome back to Airdash Academy. When a new player asks in a fighting game forum, how do I improve? The answer they usually get is, play a lot and watch match videos. While this answer is technically true, it only answers the what, not the how, which can end up being misleading. What's good about playing the game and watching match videos? Beyond integrating required muscle memory and honing your reactions, it's mainly about acquiring knowledge and fast. Knowledge which comes from both your own experience with the game and from other players. But the problem starts with how beginner players tend to grasp the process of improvement, which is something like this. So I have this experience bar in my brain. If I play X amount of matches, I level up. If I watch X amount of match videos, I level up. This is simply wrong, and you must erase all traces of this mentality. You need to avoid being passive and start getting used to active learning. This is a diagram showing the relationship between playing matches and watching match videos. As you can see, this is an ongoing process which needs to be done in rotation. It's not about the amount of time invested, but about what you do in that time, quality over quantity. When you play matches, try to play long sets against the same character. As you encounter various possible scenarios, experiment with different solutions, solving each riddle as you go. After a session, you will end up with problems you couldn't resolve. Now it's time to do some relaxed thinking, test things in training mode, and watch some match videos. But when you watch match videos, you'll have to take a new approach to it. You see, the fighting game genre is an extremely fast-paced type of video game. Every fraction of a second, many factors which compose the game's depth are shown on screen at the same time. But because of the sheer speed of it, your brain doesn't have the time required to spot and process them all, so you end up missing some completely. The less versed you are in the game's nuances to begin with, the worse the problem is. And as a new player, usually what happens is that you learned about this cool new combo and not much beyond that. But spotting combos is easy, while the other more important concepts of the match will be impossible for you to grasp in real time. If you want to learn and improve from watching match videos, you need two things. One is the ability to pause and replay, so you can watch a specific moment again and again and again, until you can fully grasp the situation, what each player did, and why. The second is to be goal-oriented. It's very hard to try to analyze 100 pieces of information thrown at you at the same time. Things will be a lot easier if you only focus on a small number of specific things, more accurately, the problems you faced in your last session. So if, for example, I'm not utilizing faultless defense well, I'll watch the match and only focus on which moves the person playing my character is trying to block with faultless defense in that matchup and which he doesn't. Then I'll watch the match again, this time focusing on the ranges where the player keeps himself in during the neutral phase, or any other aspect that is giving me trouble at the moment. Even if it's a match video you already watched, and you should re-watch these videos, when focusing on specific problems, bits of information you couldn't understand last time will now make sense. You'll feel great satisfaction as things finally click in your brain and you find the solution to a problem. That's what effective learning feels like, and it's where much of the fun comes from in a fighting game. You are now ready for the next play session where you'll face a new set of problems. Extra care is needed when dealing with option selects because you can't really see them clearly in match videos. You'll have to do your research to learn what they are, learn the situations they're used in, and recognize each possible option that can happen. That's it for today's episode. Subscribe and tune in for the next episode where we'll cover other important concepts.